and use these questions when you do your work. This first level, what is? Just the basic knowledge, what is? A comprehension. Questions like, how would you compare and contrast? When you're reviewing your work, when you write your next assignment or your dissertation, almost be having these questions in your mind as you are writing, or as you're reviewing your writing before you hand it in. You mark your work before you give it in. An application. Can you organise whatever you've done to show? Can you reorganise your findings? Can you reorganise with your literature to show something? So that's an application, applying what I've learned. An analysis. How would you classify? Where would you put certain things for breaking things down? Where would you put stuff at the bottom of an order? Where would you put things at the top of an order? Okay. A synthesis. Can you predict an outcome? If you're seeing a financial report, can you predict what the outcome might be? You can't predict it unless you know what it's about, unless you understand what it's about, and unless you could apply the model. At that point, you can then start to synthesize. And evaluations. These are larger judgmental questions. Do you agree with? And some people think I could jump straight to an evaluation. I can sometimes jump straight to an evaluation, but the level of critical analysis or the level of understanding will be lower. Are you with me? So I can evaluate, do I like the shirt I'm wearing, or do I like the car that we drove in this morning? But unless I really understood the nature of the vehicle and, at a different level. Okay? So as what we're talking about here is critical understanding and a much more in-depth evaluation.
Means that Bloom's taxonomy, we can say that, can you say that it's a technique to represent all these factors?
It's not necessarily a technique to replace them, it's a technique to order them. It's a technique to say that in higher education where you are now, is that we're not just rewarding people, not just rewarding students because they know a lot of stuff. We want to make sure they understand a lot of stuff. We want to make sure they can apply what they understand. Some people that you will, thank you, some people will be very good at these types of thinking skills and know lots of things. You might go into, let's say, a shop, okay, and the person working behind the counter knows every price of every single thing. There might have hundreds of items in the shop, and they'll know the price right out of their heads. And I might say, I think I could never remember that. Okay? But they've got a very good knowledge and comprehension, and sometimes it might be slightly an application, maybe weighing and measuring and everything else. Quick calculations in their mind, bang, bang, bang. Okay? However, if we ask to apply those skills in a different situation, many of those workers or many of those types of people that are very good at one level may not be able to comprehend or may not be able to move on to the next level, might not be able to apply. This is what you have demonstrated to get here already, that you can apply the knowledge. Okay? Some people read lots of books. They read lots and lots of books all the time, always reading. And yet 2 weeks after they've read the book, you might say, what did you think of the book? And they'll say, I don't know, I don't remember. Yeah? Or some people will pick up the book they might have read the year before and forget they even read it. Okay? And again, it's lacking in these higher order skills. Okay? Which is why that because already in your education you've already been tested on this stuff over and over again. You've been tested in high school and everything else. So we don't want you to learn a load of stuff. We just want to make sure what you learn you can apply and that you can analyse and synthesise. What can you do? How can you take what you have learned in the classroom to your next workplace? And how can you apply that? And how can you make your companies and organisations better in the future? Okay? And that's what I want to see demonstrated. Okay? I'll leave you with this because this is just a slide, and you can get these copies of slides on because these are on the server, which have different words for these: remembering, understanding, applying, analysing, and creating. So just give you a little bit more of an idea. Okay, I showed the second years yesterday This was a, this isn't a bad one either.